Hello, teacher. This is Group 3. The members of the group are Santiago Coronado, Gabriel León, Diego Lopez, and Juan Molina, all from Section C. Today, we will present a dramatization. We have two situations, both an interview. The first one will be done by George Thoroughly and Diego Lopez, and the second one will be done by John Molina and Gabriel León. Each interview will present different topics. I hope you like it. Let's start.
Interview number 1, FIFA's game. Hello, Santiago. How is your job going?
Well, thank you. And you? How have you been doing?
Very well. I have a lot of work and many interviews, including today's interview with you, my dear friend.
Fine, my friend. If you want to start, we can start now.
All right, let's start. Well, the topic is about a famous game made by EA Sports. The game is called FIFA. This game is created years ago, so here are some questions about it. Do you think the game is the best game of all time? Keep in mind that the first release of this game was in 1994.
I would think so, because even though it is not that old, the game is in fashion. The release was around 25 to 30 years ago, so I think that in that period of time, they grew too much. So if it is not one of the best, it is the best game currently about soccer.
Thank you. The next question is, do you think the year 1990s and 2000 was a good time to release it?
In my point of view, I do think that, because if it had been launched before, it would not be famous as it is now. Because before there was not the technology that began to develop in this period of time. So basically, it was launched in perfect timing.
All right, let's keep moving forward. We are coming to the end of this interview. My next question is, do you think the game is a good for children? Because as you may know, many parents complain about some problems.
This is a difficult question to answer, but I think not. This depends on the point of view of each one, and that each person understand the game in their own way. But they can say that it's dangerous because it causes fights for losing or winning, or for a fool, or for anything. But if you know how to explain that it's just a game that was made for entertainment, then it wouldn't be dangerous. But I have to say, it does create a great environment.
Thank you. Let's go to the last questions and this way will leave you. Do you think the game has improved over time?
The truth is that it has improved a lot. I have been playing the game since I was a kid, and if I compare it with now, it has changed a lot. Those aspects that have improved are the graphics, having make players, the duration of the match, and above all that, they add more ways to play as opposed to how it was before. The game would be boring if it had not changed. This because time changed and so do the generation. So I think the game has improved too much since it was launched.
Thank you very much for your long and concise answer, Santiago. I appreciate your time and I hope to see you soon.
Now we start to the interview 2, the TV. Good evening, Juan. It is a pleasure to talk to you and meeting you.
Thank you, Gabriel. It's also a pleasure for me to meet you.
Thank you. I hope you're well. Science, we are here together. Can we start with the interview I have prepared for you?
Of course, let's start. No problem.
Very well. There we only have 3 questions. The topic in general is about the television and the change it has undergone. With that, we can start. My first question is, what do you think about how television used to be to how it's it today?
Well, in principle, before it was too big, as if we're a box, and the only way to see it was by cable. And with this connection to the outlet, and if it was compared it how it's today, it's very different because it's flatter and you can see by cable, internet, Bluetooth, and now several streaming platforms, which is a great thing because you can see shows that used to be on a normal cable, and now you can have them on the same place without ads. I have to say that today there are more brands and sizes. So I can tell you that the TV before was good because despite not having a technology like the now, they took an invasion forward, and now I can tell you everything is nice.
Thanks you. Let's move on then. My question is, did you use the TV from before or did you ever use it?
To be honest, I haven't used it now or never since I grew up. There weren't so many televisions, but now I have the opportunity to have one. I would like to see how old TV works.
Got it. Let's go to the last question in order to finish with this interview. Would you use the television from now in the past?
Well, I think I wouldn't because there was no internet before, so many of the advantages that our current television has would simply not work. And even if for some miracle it worked, the economic situation in the past was pretty difficult. So there weren't to be money to pay all the streaming services we want. So analog television fits perfectly and the respective timeline.
Thanks you very much, Juan. This has been everything for today. I really appreciate your time and your answers. This will be everything. Thanks for very much for your attention, and we hope you like it and have been entertained by us.